Yeah, 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 yeah. Y me dice, oh, me estás nada más que solo palabras. Y si no las cumple.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Araceli Chan DIY. If this is your first time here, welcome and thank you so much for joining the madness. I would love it if you became part of this crazy DIY family by subscribing to my channel and hitting that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Clearly this is not Dollar Tree stuff, but look how much one of these things costs online, and even looking at it, I know a lot of the ones that I was searching for were not available anymore, so let's go ahead and make it. I feel like it may be cheaper to go this route than to get the big box of polyfill. I wanted to go the easiest route possible, but I feel like I'm gonna have to cut these up to make them just the way I want. So I will show you guys what I'm gonna do. What better show to watch when you're making a Hello Kitty doll than Breaking Bad?
I used a total of 12 pillows, which included the bow, and right here I'm just playing around with the layout, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the pillows and take the stuffing out.
The reason I'm not leaving the pillows how they are is because I don't want them to shift. I wanted to make it as easy as possible to be able to remove the cover so it can be washed. And if this wasn't a sign from the universe, as I'm cutting up pillows, look what I see.
I used 4 pillowcases for the head, and I'm just drawing out my shape, which I'm going to cut after, and the corners that I'm cutting off I'm going to use as the ears.
Se van a desvanecer. Algún día volverás tú al lado mío.
I did cut all the sides on the pillowcases so that I could have the front and the back, and then I just sewed the 4 pieces together for the front and the back.
Vamos 1, 2, 3, sin estrés. Muéstrame esos pasos, te cuento hasta.
I already aligned them to where I want them. I'm gonna go ahead and cut right here, then pin it and sew right along that side and then on the sides as well. For the body, I used 6 pillowcases, and as you can see, it's kind of all laid out. I did end up making it shorter than that so that there's no holes or gaps, and I did the same thing where I cut all the edges and then sewed the pieces together to have 2 sides. For the legs and arms, I used 1 pillowcase for each set. So 1 pillowcase made 2 legs and 1 pillowcase made 2 arms. So I folded it in half and then another half, and on the corners I did a rounded edge. That way the arms and legs aren't super square, so that they do have a little bit of roundness at the bottom. So here's the complete layout. Now I just have to sew it all together. The arms and legs were supposed to be wider, as you see on the screen, but after I did the cover, I measured too small, I guess, and so once I put it over the body, it was a little bit tight and made the arms and legs a lot smaller than I wanted them. So here I just went ahead and pinned, and this outline right here is for the arm. I left it open so that I could sew the arms in there after I sewed the edges of the body. And so I'm going to go ahead and sew all the way down, and I did the same thing for the legs. I left the openings there so that I can sew the legs on later.
Yo sé que tú quieres moverlo sin pena, ven, sin estrés. Muéstrame esos pasos, te cuento hasta 10 y ven. Yo sé que tú quieres conmigo, amor, todos esos placeres que brinda la vida y que nos hace tan feliz. Sé que tú quieres conmigo, amor, todos esos placeres, como acariciarte y conocerte de raíz. Recuperé la fe cuando yo a ti te vi, mami. Bailabas como un ángel, me acuerdo de ese party. No lo hacías despacito, no eras como Daddy, eras como...
I just overheard someone say Hello Kitty doll, which is totally a sign of what I'm doing. The first thing that I do when I come to Joann's is go directly to the back where everything is like marked off even more. That's where I go.
Tu flow bastante cari, alright. Hermoso y con timidez me gusta. Y con esa sencillez que asusta. Sabes bien cómo es que es combi.
On $12.99 at 70% off. I kind of like this one for some reason, just because it's different. It's not your typical Hello Kitty color, I suppose.
De cabeza a los pies. Sin effects, mami, yo te entono. Te sube el pichi.
I got everything from clearance or sales, and I also had a coupon which applied 20% off. In total, I spent about $35 and change. Overall, for this entire project, spent about $83, including the pillows. I wanted to finish her before I actually bought the fabric. I think I bought more than I needed, but I would rather have more than less. There are no specific measurements on this Hello Kitty. I just went off of the size of the pillows and then the layout of it. As far as the fabric goes, I did purchase 3.5 yards of this leopard one, 1 yard of the pink, 4 yards of the white fabric, and then half a yard of the black.
So here I'm just outlining the head, and I'm using the white fabric on there, and once it's all outlined, I went ahead and cut it, overlapped it onto the back piece, and cut that one as well.
Derrito el cono, en mis historias siempre te menciono. Pa' esa reina necesito un trono. Sin effects, mami, yo te entono. Con esos besos, chica, me emociono. Con tu cuerpo y tu nivel, quieres otra vez. Sé que tú quieres conmigo, amor, todos esos placeres.
So overlapping the fabric like this, it's going to give it a little bit more length on the back. So it will let me overlap it and create an opening in the back of the pillow, or I'm sorry, in the back of the head, so that I can easily put it onto the body, which I did have some difficulties. It did end up being too small, so I had to cut a slit at the back. And as you can see there, it's going to make it a lot easier for me to put it around the head.
Que brinda la vida y que nos hace tan feliz. Sé que
Here I just took 4 sheets of paper and I basically just drew some sunglasses, or at least the outline of some sunglasses. I went ahead and cut it out, took my black fabric, folded it in half, and then just cut around it to make my frame.
Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my break.
I did end up sewing this whiskers, the frames, the eyes, and the nose by hand because it was a little bit hard to do it with the sewing machine because it moved around too much. So I just did it as it laid down and used my needle and thread.
When I'm in this town, look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car.
So it looks like I did not record me doing the dress and the arms and legs, but I basically did the same thing I did with the head. I just went ahead and traced around the fabric for both the arms, legs, and the dress and sewed it together. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the dress on here first to make sure that it fits, and it's inside out, as you can see. I went ahead and turned it the right side, and I just slid it in between the fabric. So this is going to be the outer part, this is the outer part, and then just right here I'm going to go ahead and pin it, and you see how I marked along? That's where I'm going to sew. I flip this out, this is inside out, and then this is inside out. I hope this makes sense. It's hard to explain, but it's really easy once you kind of do it. So I'm going to stick that back in there, pin it, and then sew it, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. I only ended up sewing on the legs, but the arms, the fabric was long enough to where I could tuck it inside of the dress. I did leave an opening in the back to make it easier to put on the body, and I closed it up with some bows.
Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks.
I did the same thing to the back of the head, and again, the fabric is long enough on there that I can tuck it into the dress nice and tightly and it won't come out. You guys could always sew it if you decide to try this, but it is a lot of work. That probably would have added maybe a couple hours to my work time, so I didn't do it. What I did do was take 2 long pieces of the pink fabric, sewed it together, and I made her a little scarf or a bow.
Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
20 hours of work later.
This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
You want to see what I made? Look. Whoa. What's that? Mo? Alright you guys, this is it for today's video. I was super excited to share this with you guys. I have been planning it for months, I think since like July or before, and it's finally done. It only took me an entire weekend. Honestly, I think I put like 20, 22, 24 hours. I don't know how many hours, I lost track, but you know what? She loves it. That's all that matters. I'm super pumped about it. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Leave me any comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see something else similar to this, let me know. That's it, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.